Hey, it's Shelly Rosemay, Art by the Métis Mama, and I'm just doing my lately it feels like weekly check-in here. Share with you what I've been up to so I can stay connected. I've been procrastinating because I've been working. I don't know if it's procrastinating, just I guess tired. These are some dolls that I finished and I need to tag them. All my dolls come with a message from spirit or some kind of teaching. I really, really love this one so much. So these ones are my Métis ones with the L'Assomption sash. That's authentic alpaca wool. And I just love her so much. So that one. Here's another one with black hair. Different charm, but same medicine. Another Métis elder here. Oops. You gotta be careful with the feathers. Here's another Métis elder. And one more Métis girl. So this batch is going to Assokwin. I gotta make some more. Either Assokwin or my sister. I'm not sure yet. I might send I don't know yet. We'll see. My sister also sells my art in Calgary, which is 2 hours from where I live. Okay, then I have this grandmother owl one, but I'm going to be changing up some of the messages on my dolls because I've been, there's some messages that are standard. Like the Métis girls, they always have the same message for teaching purposes. Because they find there's a lot of Métis people that are wanting to connect with who they are as Métis people, and they're drawn to these dolls. This one is Grandmother Owl, but I've been guided to do a little bit of a different spirit teaching with Owl. So I think I'm going to be making new labels for these. Here's another owl one. I really love these. And here's another owl one. And this is all real sage too that they carry in their smudge bowls. This one's Buffalo Spirit. So this one's going to be Owl Spirit, Buffalo Spirit, and there's another Buffalo Spirit with different messages around connecting with your inner buffalo and your inner owl. So it'll be similar to the grandmother owl teaching and the bison teaching or buffalo teaching, but it's going to be more connected with your inner child and healing. And so those ones need tagging. These ones need new labels, and I'll also make a bunch more, but I don't know how many I'm going to get done. Usually this time I always say I'm going to get a bunch of these done before Christmas, and it never happens. Never does. All right, next thing is, last night I was at the youth group here in Rocky, and I took some of my art supplies with me to work on, and I didn't have everything that I needed, which made it a little bit more challenging, but I thought I'd share with you what I take with me when I do go traveling, which I haven't done that for a while. So I filled up this case with all my pencil crayons, so I'm just going to put everything back as I'm talking. I really need to have my own traveling art supplies. But I took my pencil crayons. These are my, some are Crayola, and some, but most of them are Prismacolor, which are really nice pencil crayons. They're pretty pricey, but they were worth the purchase. They really go down nice. I also have in here some Inktense watercolor pencils by Derwent. Is that how you say it? Which I haven't used these for a while, but they're really great pencils. I want to get more of those. I've used them before in my artwork and they turn out really beautiful. Some of the best pieces I feel like I've ever done was using these Inktense Derwent Inktense pencils. So I highly recommend those ones. I do need to get more paint pens. The ones that I got on Amazon, these ones are called Hull. Is that how you say it? Acrylic markers. Some of them are really good and some of them really suck. Like they just don't have the, like, let me show you. Let me show you something, okay? Because I forget what I paid for these, but they were not cheap. Let me just grab a piece of paper. Of course, I can't find a paper when I need one. Let's see. I'm just going to use this envelope and we're going to just zoom in here and I'm just going to show you. So this is some kind of a green, but look. So that's okay, but it's very pale. Here's another one. Oops. Like this yellow. Like you barely get any color out of this one. And I find a lot of them are like this, where it just does not give you the color that you want. Even with a white background. See that? Like that's as best as it's going to get. It's very disappointing. There's a lot of them that are like this in this set, but there are some good ones. Like I find like the blue in the set works okay. Well, see, it looks like blue. It's supposed to be blue, but it comes out purple. This one's okay. I've used this one a lot, so, but this one's good. And that is like a turquoise. Here's another one that's kind of like a turquoise as well. So it's just a little bit darker. So that one works good too. So it's basically hit or miss with these pens. So I won't get these kind again. Even though there were some good ones in there, it just, they just do not do the job for me. Whereas these ones, I believe it was my husband or one of my kids got me these for Christmas last year. And these are literally from the dollar store, and they're amazing. Look how deep and intense these are. From the dollar store. So honestly, it doesn't matter how much something costs. Sometimes the cheaper things are better, and these ones work amazing. And I've used these a lot, especially the turquoise one. It's getting low. And these are Color Factory. Yeah, and they don't cost that much. So, but the only issue with these ones is you only get a limited selection of colors. So that's disappointing, but they're great markers. So yeah, I brought those. Zoom back out. Okay. Okay, so I put all my art, like all my pencils and markers in here. I took my my pencil sharpener, and I took my glue stick and my watercolor sprays to activate my watercolors, and a tablecloth, which I didn't really need that. I also took my whiteout, which I use for doing backgrounds, like so it can, if I have a background that's really dark and the pen's not going to show up, I use whiteout tape to do like a bit of a background, and then I can write on top of the whiteout tape. So I didn't really need that, but I did bring a little bit of ephemera to use in my junk journal, and I only used 2 faces out of here to make Christmas ornaments because that's what we did last night at the youth center. Me and the adults, all the kids are too busy playing games and stuff, but us adults were having fun creating. So this is my watercolor palette. It's Peter Popper Press ink. I bought this here in Rocky Mountain House at a local shop called Cherub. Is that how you say it? Cherub? I don't take very good care of my stuff, as you can see. But I absolutely love this watercolor palette. I've tried like a Jane Davenport palette before. I've tried other random ones. I can't remember the names. So far, this has been my favorite one that I've ever used. And I mean, it's not well used, but I have used it quite a bit ever since I got it, which was over a year ago. And I just love it. So I brought that with me, but I didn't use it. I brought these 2 ink pads with me, which obviously I need to get smaller ink pads. I can't be bringing these big bulky pads with me everywhere I go because they're just too space hogging. I brought a couple of my notebooks in case there was other people there that wanted to draw or doodle. I would just gift them one of these notebooks, but there wasn't anybody, so those will just go back on my back for sale. I brought, well, this was in here. This little pouch was made by the Painted Witch. We did, I was part of her group, her Facebook group for a little while, where we did different exchanges. And this is something that she made, which I absolutely love so much. But she isn't that active right now. I think she might be on a break or something. I'm not sure, but I miss watching her videos. But I get it because I'm an artist too, and I need breaks too sometimes, and I do the same thing. So I hope she's getting lots of rest and relaxation, and I hope she comes back because she just inspires me so much. I just love her work. So that's where I keep that junk journal until it's done. Then I'll put another junk journal in there. This is my personal doodle journal. I've only got 1 doodle in there so far. I will definitely fill this up though over time. I also brought this little pouch that houses my small junk journals. I bought this from Asoquin Friendship Center. This beautiful little pouch, and it is by an Indigenous artist, but I can't remember what her name is. But I just love the artwork so much, and I had to have this little pouch. But that's where I keep my little mini junk journals. So I haven't worked in this one yet, but I plan on it. But last night I did work in this one, and I painted this last night. I think it turned out pretty good. So yeah, I decided to keep one of my little vintage scrappy junk journals for myself to work in. And I'm glad I did because I like keeping some of the stuff that I make so that I can work in them and learn about how they feel to work in, and if I like it and if I need to make changes. And so far I think it's great, and I don't think I need to make any changes. I think maybe the only thing that I might change is adding a few more pages because it's just really fun to work in. So those go in there. And then I brought this with my little moose hide zipper pull. And these are just scrap papers that I can use for backgrounds and whatever, right? For my travel kits. I can't even talk. I also have this empty pouch that I can use for things. I had all my Tim Holtz dolls in here, but they're now in this container for my small junk journals, but some of these are too big to put in small junk journals, so some of these I could put, like this is my mini junk journal ephemera stuff. So whenever I make my little mini junk journal kits, like I don't have any right now because I donated them to the Rock last night, but these ones come in a kit. And whenever I package these up, I package them with ephemera. And when I do that, I make sure to include all kinds of fun things. So for example, I would include some, like this is some tissue paper. This is from a map. I'll just give you an example. I put in a bunch of random papers like so. Then I'll add like stickers. If the journal is wide enough for something like that, I'll include like a paper doll in there. There's another sticker. Some of my paper dolls. I like using these little post-it notes, these neon ones, because they make great little places where you can write quotes on if you wanted to. I'll throw in some faces. I also picked up this pad from the dollar store, and like I'll even throw in this kind of paper, and I'll just size it down to the right size, like so, and include a piece of that kind of paper in with the kit. This is actually a piece of wrapping paper with some butterflies on it. So that's what I do. Here's a little medicine wheel. My friend Teresa made these fabric stickers. So I've been putting those in my mini ephemera kits, like with those. I also have little inspirational words, like that. And yeah, I try to be generous and give a little bit of everything if I can, if I have it. Stickers. And then, yeah, then they all go in a little kit like this, and I only charge $5 a kit. But I'm sold out right now because, like I said, I made a bunch of these kits last week, and then I donated them to the Rock. I told them, because they do, like, the Rock is run by a church here in Rocky Mountain House. And so I told them that they could either, I just stuck a cardinal sticker on the inside of this one. They could either donate them to their shoebox donation project that they're doing, where they send shoeboxes overseas to kids in need, or excuse me, they could just keep them for programming if there's youth there that wanted a junk journal. So actually, should I don't know, I'll do that later. So that's what I do for my kits. So, and then this bag here was gifted to me by my friend Teresa, who's a fabric artist, and she also does other kinds of art as well. She made this gorgeous bag and gifted it to me, and I love it, so I use it for this reason. She also made this little charm with a little gummy bear bead. I just think it's super cute. My friend Delmaine, who is Art by Delmaine here in Rocky Mountain House, and she does this like mandala art. She also does fluid art and other paintings and stuff. She made this and gifted that to me, so I put that on there. And then my friend Teresa also made these bags for me. So she made them for me for my junk journal kits that I was making. But I kept a few because I needed bags for storage, and I loved this brightness of this one, so I'm keeping it for storing all of my supplies in here too. So, well, some of them will go in here, like the smaller ones, like this one can go in here, and these ones can go in here, and then this bigger, well, this one could probably fit in there too. But when I travel and I need my art supplies, then I have this bag to put all my pencil, crayons and markers, scissors, any extra glue. I can put that in there. So I just keep these together now. And I'll also put that in there because I always need extra storage for things when I'm traveling. It'll be mostly traveling around Rocky. When I'm waiting for my 8-year-old, when he goes to program, I have something to do instead of scrolling on my phone all the time. I can do a little bit of art. So that goes over here and out of the way. Let's move this out of the way and do a little bit of journaling. Show you what I last worked on, and because I don't even remember, to be honest. Oh, not this journal. This is not the journal I was talking about. This is my Kelly Ray Roberts Daytimer that I purchased this year because it's a 2022-23 weekly planner, and obviously we're in 2025. So I purchased this with the intention of using it as a journal. So I have done a little bit of journaling in here. And I definitely want to do more. But that's, which I should leave, maybe I should add this actually to this pack so that I have it when I go out. Okay, there we go. That's getting pretty chunky, pretty full. Okay, so this is the journal I'm working on right now, and I think this is the last journal spread I did. Seiki Hisoin, which is a Cree word that means like self-love. I'm pretty sure that I did this one too. Deep breath, go within, trust, ground. So I've been trying to just play with more faces. I also did this one, and I think there's one back here. Yeah, I did this one too. So, and then I had started on this page. I wrote, oh, I did this as well, Wandering Spirit. Just something really simple. I just took some washi tape, a piece of book page, a sticker, and an inspirational word, and just made a really simple layout. Then I wrote this little channeled message, and then I was going to work on this page, but I really don't feel inspired to work on this page right now, so let's do, you know what, let's do this one. I'm feeling this one here, so I'm just going to put this down here, and I feel like, should I do watercolor? I don't know. I don't have my blow dryer, so it needs to be something. I left my blow dryer at work because we've been using it in my program that I'm doing with some of the residents. Oh yeah, I also did this one. So maybe we won't do that one. Let's try. No, we can still do it. Let's just do it. I see a face here, so I'm going to do a face. But I'm going to do it with paper. Or one of my faces. I got her. I have her and her. That one. I use that one a lot, so I don't think I'll use that one. Let's see what else. I use that one a lot too because I love her. I think I'll use those wings. I love my butterfly girls. And let's pick a face. I have this one too. I used this one last night on a Christmas ornament that I made, and this one. Let's do that one. I don't think I've done this one for a while. Okay, we need some scissors. We're not going to really do much to the background right now. Let's just get her down on the paper. I don't know what it is about butterflies, like butterfly girls. I just love making them. And we'll do that, and then we need a body. So what can we use for a body? How about this? Let's do a butterfly body here. So we're gonna just do this. Okay. Give it a little bit of a U shape there. That'll work. Okay, we need our glue stick. Oh, this one is, I think I'm gonna have to use this glue. A glue stick, this is kind of like, sorry, I'm not giving you guys a finger, but, what do you call this kind of paper? I forget what it's called, but glue stick I find doesn't hold it very well. So I like using this Elmer's clear glue because it tends to just give it a little bit more adhesive strength, I guess. Okay, so we'll put that down right there. And then we'll take our butterfly body, put her down, like so, and our face. There we go. I have to put something over top of it to push that down, but that's basically what I do. And then I will take something to kind of outline it. So I'm going to use this marker here. Okay, and I think I'll just do an antenna. Making sure I'm staying in frame here. Okay, and then I'm going to pick a different color, I think blue, to outline the wings. I really love this paint pen. It's so amazing. I just love it. I love the boldness of it. And I'm just going to go like this. Okay, and then on this side, I'll do the same thing here. And these layouts that I do aren't fancy. I don't have the time to sit and do long, drawn out layouts in an art journal. I'm just so busy with my family and work now and trying to get my orders done. Okay. And then I'm going to take just a ballpoint pen, and I'm just going to go around the face here. That's my black ballpoint pen, which I love using in my art. Okay, and that pops off the page. Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to do is look in my little paper treasure chest here and see if I can find some kind of an inspirational. I like this one here because then you can write your own word in, but I feel like the coloring is not going to go with what I want. These ones are too big. Might have to make my own inspirational word. We'll see here. Let's see what we can find. Be you. How about that one? I feel like that's a good one. And what I like about this one, which I didn't realize until just now, is it picks up on the black. Because I like everything to kind of be cohesive if I can. Doesn't have to be, but if I can. So these are inspirational words that I made using hymn pages. I like using hymn pages in my work. For me, it represents the healing from residential school, because my cookum was a residential school survivor. Okay, I kind of want it like this because I want to see that flower there. I don't want to cover it up like that, so we're going to kind of do it on the side like that. Where's my glue stick? I just had it here. There's. Okay. So we'll do it kind of like that. And then the next thing I want to do is bring in some color from here into the background a little bit. Like I said, I like things to kind of be, just using a pencil crayon here, a little bit matchy, but not overly concerned about being too matchy, but I like to have some of that color. It gives it a little bit more balance, I think, and gives it more, makes it more aesthetically pleasing, I think. Okay, so there's some pink, and we're gonna add some yellow next. Let's do this yellow, and this is Spanish orange. Okay, we're gonna put some Spanish orange down. Just coloring in between some of those scribbles. I do believe this was one of my 8-year-old's random pieces of art. Okay, now we're gonna add in some blue, if I can find the right color blue that I want. Let's see here. I could do some dotting for blue. How about some yellow? Because that was orange. Let's do some yellow. Which looks a lot like that one, so let's not do that one. Let's do some green. A little bit of green. Because we already have some green here, so we need a little bit more back here. Okay, I'm liking that, and then I'll get that blue marker back, and we'll just do some dotting. Who's coming down the stairs? And hey, I think that's good enough. And then if I really want to make it pop, I can, let's use this blue again. And just do a bit of an outline on the page like this. And I'm not overly concerned about it being perfect. I just want it to cover the edges so there's no white. And this side, I think I'm going to give it just a little bit more here. Oops, why is it not going? Okay, there we go. And then right here. There. Okay, that's it. We are done. All right, thanks for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe.
And subscribe.
Oh, just in time, I'm finishing my video.